Okay. Unang-una, ang masasabi ko lang sa claim, asking for self-accountability from women is just victim blaming in advance. Okay. Ito yung claim number 2, right? Asking for self-accountability from women is just victim blaming in advance. Okay? Tandaan nyo, ha? Ang una man sabi ko is badly phrased. It is badly phrased. Why? Kasi you have to ground yung asking, kumbaga, you have to ground yung self-accountability, asking them for self-accountability to those people na victim na. Why? Kaya sabi ko, non-sequitur. Non-sequitur. Ano ibig sabihin ng non-sequitur? It doesn't follow. That's a formal fallacy. There's a jump in logic. For example, kumbaga, for it to follow, kailangan siyang naka-ground. Yung self-accountability na ina-ask ko sa woman, it must be the same people na victim. Why? Think about it. What if I say na lahat ng sinabihan ko na be careful with your clothing and they don't dress like that, ay hindi sila sexually harassed? How am I victim blaming them? My advice actually was the thing that saved them. So it doesn't follow. Kasi it can go either way. So kaya siya non-sequitur. Non-sequitur means it doesn't follow. There's a jump in logic. Parang ganito yung sinabi mo. If may 5 piso ako sa bulsa, then woman si Gabe. Woman si Gabe. Then meron ako 5 piso sa bulsa. Wait, what? Maraming reason kung bakit may 5 piso ka sa bulsa, hindi dahil woman si Gabe. Right? Think. If may 5 piso ako sa bulsa, then woman si Gabe. Woman si Gabe. Di may 5 piso ako sa bulsa? It doesn't follow, dude. Ano ba yan? Ba't may mga ganon, gagi? It doesn't follow. Why? Maraming reason kung bakit meron kang 5 piso sa bulsa. Hindi dahil woman si Gabe. A formal fallacy. A fallacy, an error in structure. A non-sequitur is a statement or conclusion that doesn't logically follow from what came before. Yun yung ginawa niya. Why? Tingnan niyo yung logic. If I'm asking a person for self-accountability, meaning may ginawa na siyang mali, right? Tama ba? Kung may ginawa na siyang mali, then it follows na kagad na yung self-accountability is actually naka-ground sa victim. Pero how can you ground it sa victim if it's in advance? The only way to reconcile that is i-ground mo yung victim blaming, yung self-accountability sa isang context. You have to be coherent. So meaning, you have to say na asking for self-accountability from the victim is just victim blaming in advance. But the problem is, it becomes a tautology. Meaning tautology, you just said the same thing twice in different words. Nagets nyo? Self-defeating statement si Gabe. I know. Redundant na. Correct. Naging tautology na siya. Parang sinabi mo na, a bachelor is an unmarried man. Yeah, you didn't give me anything there. You just said the same thing twice. Unmarried man and bachelor. Gets? Because the meaning of bachelor is an unmarried man. Kaya sabi ko, it's badly formed. You have to ground it. Actually, tinulungan ko pa siya dito eh. Masyado lang talagang ma-pride si Gabe to actually accept it. Tinulungan ko siya dito actually. Kasi, if you're willing to rephrase it, then I would answer it. It's a non-sequitur. Alam niyo na yung non-sequitur, no? It doesn't follow. There's a jump in logic. Why? Paano ka self-accountability and then victim blaming in advance? You assume the victim kagad. Okay, what if yung mga sinabihan ko ng ganon ay actually hindi naging victim? Then you have a problem. Because there's no way to victim blame them, right? See? Nakita niyo yung jump sa logic? Nangis niyo ba? What if yung sinabihan ko noon ay never na-harass? O di may problema tayo? How can I victim blame him or her? Right? Conflation, categorical. Conflation. Kino-conflate nga yung general na babae. Doon sa babae na yon is kasama doon yung victim tsaka hindi victim, right? Tama? Kasi yun yung options nun eh. Yun yung possibilities nun eh. Kino-conflate niya ngayon yung victim at hindi victim. So, question ko, kino-conflate mo yung idea ng victim at saka nung hindi victim. O ngayon, what if yung lahat ng sinabihan ko noon ay hindi victim? How can I victim blame them? Problem. Pinaghandaan niya yung question na yan, yung claim na yan. conflation ng two ideas, the self-accountability and warning, and then nagkaroon pa siya ng categorical error. Categorical error. Why? Because hindi lahat nung sinabihan mo nun ay victim. Kahit pa ipasok ko yung in advance, it only applies dun sa victim. Kasi nga in advance eh. So meaning, yung victim blaming in advance na yon, they have to be victim in the future. Kasi kung hindi, it doesn't make sense. Nagigets mo ba, Gabe? Kaya nga I tried to help you na rephrase it so I can actually respond to it. Ay, pinagandaan pa niya yan. Pinagandaan niya yan. Tinulungan ka na nga. Suplado ka pa. Suplada ka pang bruha ka. Tinutulungan ka na nga eh. Categorical error. Why? How can you ask self-accountability from women if they're not a victim yet? Right? Kasi it only follows from like for example, ganito yung sitwasyon. Okay, ganito yung sitwasyon. Ang sitwasyon is, nabiktima na. And then tinanong ko, ano suot mo? Right? Ano suot mo? Naka-sexy dress. Naka-revealing clothes. Kaya pala. Huwag ka kasi magsusuot niya next time. But that's not in advance, right? It works in reverse. But if you say na, you warn them, self-accountability, na ayusin mo naman yung suot mo. Ayusin mo yung suot mo. Pupuntahan mo, delikado, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Can you actually predict na mahaharas siya o hindi? So how does it follow na victim siya after nun? It doesn't. Kasi nagsimula ka sa warning. Iba yung warning, iba yung blaming. The crime has to happen first before you can actually blame them. You cannot, hindi mo pwede pagbaliktarin yun. Ang tawag doon, illicit conversion. Hindi naman kasi materially equivalent yun. Okay, it seems to me, ang sinasabi ni Gabe is asking self-accountability from the victim of sexual harassment. Is that correct, Gabe? Diba? I gave you a chance. Sabi niya, that's why I linagyan ko ng in advance. Hindi nga mag-work. O tamo ganito yung ginawa mo, Gabe. Papakita ko sa'yo kung ano yung ginawa mo. Asking for self-accountability from women is just victim blaming in advance 3 years, 4 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 20 years. How about this? Asking for self-accountability from women is just victim blaming and I'm eating apple. Pero paano nyo sasagutin kung tama yung phrase? Well, sasagutin ko siya. Yes, I agree. Kasi kapag ginawa niya, asking for self-accountability from the victim is just victim blaming. Oh yeah, I agree. Tapos na. Kaya nga tinulungan ko siya eh. Tinulungan ko siya so I can agree. Kasi akala niya kasi, nandun siya sa assumption na magdi-disagree ako. Hindi naman ako katulad mo na gusto mo lang mag-disagree. Bakit ko lalabanan yung position ko? Position ko yun. Ang position ko, you don't actually blame the person na if that happens because you made a warning. So kapag sinabi mo, asking the victim of harassment is just victim blaming. Oh yes, I agree. Next question. If body form using claim niya, boss kayo, paano mo ipaphrase? Sinabi ko nga, di ba? Ito, sinabi ko. Ang sinasabi ni Gabe is asking self-accountability from the victim of sexual harassment. Is that correct, Gabe? Yun. Asking self-accountability from the victim of sexual harassment is victim blaming. Oh yeah. I agree. I concur, doctor. Kung yun ang ginawa niya, kaya nga tinutulungan siya, is that what you mean? Kasi kung yun ang sinabi niya, oh yeah, I agree. Pero ang problema, asking for self-accountability from women is just victim blaming in advance. We have a problem. Why? Kasi hindi naman lahat ng kasabihan ko doon o warningan ko, it doesn't guarantee the future that they will be sexually harassed. So if they're not going to be sexually harassed in the future, then how can I victim blame them? Hindi ko mag-gets bakit may advance just may so assuming na lahat para ng babae victim na. Exactly! Hindi pwedeng i-falsify, tama ba? Hanggang maging victim na yung babae hanggang sa mamatay. Baka nga pati yung coroner maging maging harasser pa eh. Why? Kasi yun na yung magiging ad hoc niya. She was harassed. Saan? She was harassed by the coroner. My goodness.
Sir, pero what I'm saying is, kaya nga nilagay ko yung specifier dito na victim blaming in advance. Because even if they're not yet victims, you're already making it seem like they're a victim based on the premise that you're asking them what to wear and they should wear modestly.
So okay, you're asking them what to wear, they becomes a victim. Sabi ko, wait,
Tapos begging the question, dinagdagan mo pa yung problema mo.